and then refused to accept any responsibility on that. That's it. That's all this is. But yeah, it's
Also, Soda Papa knows better than anyone else that like if you're already a pretty well-loved creator, just owning up to shit is enough that people like will look away. I mean, for God's sake, fucking what's his name? Dr. Disrespect. Dr. Disrespect went on Twitter and said, "Yeah, I was talking to a minor." And he had people who still went and said, "I just respect that you owned up to it." So you got like one or two people killed in WoW. It's really like in the grand scheme of things not that big of a deal. Okay? Really not that big of a deal. And you are a well-liked creator. Even if you weren't at fault, if you just say like, "My bad," people will be like, "Oh man, I just appreciate that you can, own up to things. Thanks, man. I respect it." The pedophile got away with doing that. I feel like your crime is significantly less bad. I think it would be fine actually. Asman literally, well, he didn't call for the genocide of Palestinians. He basically said he didn't give a fuck that they got genocided because they are an inferior people or an inferior culture. And then he said, "My bad." And a million content creators were like, "I just really respect the apology. I respect that he owned up to, this thing that he said on stream that was really bad."
it's annoying. Jokered clip.
Honestly, PirateSoftware, like straight.
Oh my god. Okay, see this. Okay.
Up, bro. This dude is a complete fraud. At least in the WoW space, I don't care if he worked for Blizzard. The guy probably made coffee for some devs. I don't even believe for a second he coded anything in this game. I don't dude. Nothing at all. All right, bro. Guy probably was interning there for a week. I'm not gonna believe a.
Were people under the impression he's like some WoW like crazy good player? I was not under this impression. Were others under this impression? That's how he marketed himself. Customers, I don't know. He said so himself. I would have just disagreed. If I just looked at his screen and saw rank 1 Blizzard isn't keybound, be like, really? I don't think polymorph is. Maybe they're like hidden. I don't know.
Walks. Yeah.
He said he was a mythic raider. Sure, okay. You can mythic raid and like click a lot of. Like, who cares? Especially for tanking. Either way, I guess, yeah, maybe like the YouTube Shorts audience is gonna like wake up. I don't know, but I was never under that impression. Who cares?
To be honest with you, that group had already almost full wiped us the entire dungeon before. That was our second Dire Maul with the same group. The first one, we all of us had to leave drop groups that we could teleport out. The second one was this. No reason for me to do shit. Evo Kate was on cooldown, 2.5 minutes left. So no, I didn't trust the group to survive. And no, I wasn't going to go back on the call of them saying, "Run, run, run, it's time to run." So no.
It's a lot of confidence in being wrong. Okay, next, he's just wrong. He's labeled as a sweat in the guild. Was he? Yeah, that's a mislabel then. Again, I've been wanting to go through and relabel people just based on how I've seen them play in general. I got to look at all of our 60s and see who's a sweat and a non-sweat for prepping for raid. I have no clue. I haven't done this because I've wanted to see if Tyler would ever do it. He never did it. Did a hell of a lot more than I thought. Tyler did a phenomenal job with what he had and his knowledge and all of it being kind of dumped on him. But he did not do that. So I want to do that. What important clip?
Yeah, a lot of things I think the mages forget, man, is you are a control unit. You're there to control the battlefield, and you need to be using your wards and your ice barrier.
Yes, I mean,
I
so
don't get
we
why
need
they
to
don't
make
do
for
it.
every
I've
dungeon.
seen
'Cause
so
if
many.
anything goes wrong, they can just lock down everything.
Yep. Yep. And they need to have rank 1 Blizzard on their bar. They need to be using their Frost Ward and their Fire Ward. They need to be using their Ice Barrier on cooldown, basically, because Ice Barrier has a 30-second cooldown but lasts a minute. So you should be rolling that in.
Huh. Okay. Yeah. So okay. So Pirate is more of a knowledge basin, not much of a gameplay basin, I guess. I don't know. Like, he sucked. He choked. He threw, and then he confidently told everyone he didn't throw when he did. That's the end of it. He's wrong. I saw Asmongold talk about it. I saw some clip earlier. What was Asmon? Why is Asmon involved in this?
Yes.
Because we had already done a poll like that. In
Oh my
the
God, we're
first
still
round.
going. What are?
We've done a poll like this in the
There's a lot. Jesus, there's a lot of digging here.
second round, and that's why I'm on the fringes casting rank 1 Blizzard at the very end, and I higher rank Blizzard before that to try and do damage to the dogs, but I had to cancel it almost immediately. Got like 1 tick off because that,
Didn't have
that
to.
boss is immune to CC, and it's like, dude, I'm not gonna die to that. I just can't at that point. It's too high risk.
I think, yeah, I think if you.
Okay, yeah, no, I can understand that dissection of it through the lens of a bad player. I could totally get that. You had no idea what kind of threat on the boss was having. You didn't know the boss wasn't going to hurt you. You were in zero danger, but panicking because you couldn't assess the situation very well. Like, again, I see that from the lens of someone who didn't know what was going on. He has 0 add-ons. I mean, he should know that the tanks are literally beating the fuck out of the boss and probably has multiple sunders. You're not pulling threat off that boss with the Blizzard. You're not. It's not happening. You're good. Finish the clip of T1. Oh.
Afterwards, if I think people are just like pissed off because everybody.
Okay, finished it. Next.
A lot of tanks, man.
Yeah.
Like I
my
watched
God,
it. Like, Jay
so many
Beasley
clips.
died the other day. That was rough.
That was sad. As a mage player, that was sad to watch from 2 mages in a group. I'm gonna be
It
honest.
it made me physically unwell. Yeah.
Yeah. It made me feel like I was a decent mage player, knowing that I probably would have done a lot more.
Like, there were no sheeps going out. There were no blizzards going out. Apparently, he didn't have the spec for blizzard for slows, but, like, that's exactly why I run that spec. Because, like, when it goes sideways, you save lives, man.
Oh, 100%. And Blizzard is like...
Yeah.
Okay, this is okay. At this point, it is comical. It is.
Dude, you do not shit on Goon for his gaming abilities. That's a mistake. That's a mistake, dude. Why do you think he's bald? Okay? He traded a follicle for each skill in a video game. All right? He made a deal many years ago, many moons ago even, to lose his hair in exchange for being good at video games. All right? He would smoke you 10 out of 10 times. Going after him is crazy. That's insane. Many goons ago.
I've watched it. Like, Jay Beasley died the other day. That was rough.
I like how you don't
That
need
was
to have
sad
any
as a mage
experience with
player.
WoW and you're having so much fun. I look at LSF, like, I would say twice a week maybe. And I've been getting so sick and tired of WoW clips. I'm like, I don't care. And this is the first time so far that I've opened it. And I've been like, oh my God, yes. Happy that I see WoW clips because it's hilarious. It's so fun to watch someone just like,
And as a mage player, that was sad to watch from
He's
2
just
mages in a group. I'm gonna be honest.
digging.
It made me physically unwell. Yeah.
Yeah. It made me feel like I was a decent mage player, knowing that I probably would have done a lot more.
Like, there were no sheeps going out. There were no blizzards going out. Apparently, he didn't have the spec for blizzard for slows, but, like, that's exactly why I run that spec. Because, like, when shit
Yeah.
goes sideways, you save lives, man.
Oh, 100%. And Blizzard is like,
Yeah.
it's absolutely goated. It's so good.
Oh my god! He's gagging. He's gagging. He's gagging. He's pooping. Oh my god. Just following along, I'm not a WoW player. Thanks for explaining. Still sounds like a foreign language at times. Yeah. I need that clip. I got you, dog. I got you. Here you go.
I can't say it's f***ing comical. Y'all have dug up some gemstones. Jesus.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. I think it takes away from the game, and I think it takes away from the experience, and it leads people to be like, "Oh, he could just petri out. This isn't that scary."
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I mean,
to be real with you,
really
some of the best moments that I've had inside of dungeons are because we're all going to die if we don't execute this perfectly, and we hardened up at that moment. We kicked some ass, and we got to live. You know,
We
I've made it
hardened
out
up.
60 now without dying because of that, because we didn't give up in that.
Oh, I can't. Oh man, yeah, that's rough. Again, it just really comes down to Pirate just has to say, "Hey, listen, looking back, my bad. I don't know what to. If he can't do, that's crazy. That's crazy to me. If he can't look back at this and be like, yeah, I could have absolutely done a lot. It's not crazy. It's basic. It's basic. That's it. And he didn't, it's not like he went out of his way and killed these people. He didn't pull out a gun and shoot them. But he definitely had the ability to stop it and did not.
I don't think so, Penguin.
And then said he didn't have the ability to stop it.
Exactly, Reaper.
Confidently, over and over, while everyone's disagreeing with you. Okay, I'm just looping at this point. I'm kind of bored of this, but...
What do you want, man?
Let me say it again.
He already said his piece.
Pirate.
Go on.
Oh,
Yeah,
dear
I
God.
want to speak to him because I didn't speak to him correctly. I said it again. We all did mistakes, bro. Like I didn't say, we are just blaming you. It's about the zero accountability is what makes us so mad.
There's no zero
You see the point?
accountability, dude. Everyone can
Doesn't take accountability for zero accountability.
do something better. But when you open up and you yell over another person
listen,
like
can
you were doing
I
earlier,
speak?
no,
And he also wasn't, the EU chatter was not yelling over anyone.
I'm good.
You
See ya. I'm not doing that again with him. Nah, he did it the first time. I'm not doing it a second one. Not interested.
Thanks for 6 months of good morning vibes everywhere.
So it's very cringe. It's very, very cringe. I mean, I don't think it's a G kick. I think it's definitely like, I would consider Pirate not a mage. Like I was doing UBRS the other day and we had 9 people and we needed a mage because mages save lives. Like when shit hits the fan, you need a mage. The rank 1 Blizzard's crazy. I would not consider Pirate a mage. It's a glorified Shadow Priest with only a selfish power word shield or a self power word shield. That's essentially how I see that.
For non-WoW gamers, what he just did to Pirate was say, this. This is what he just did to Pirate. This is Pirate here saying, I'll never vote for you. And in the comic, Biden says, then I'm afraid you ain't black. And he strips this woman of her melanin. That's what just happened, but in WoW terms. Pirate in this context says, I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't need to save my teammates. And Soda Poppin just said that I'm afraid you're not a mage. And he stripped him of the mage title. For Politics Frogs, I'm here to translate.
I don't know what to say. But like, I don't know what
He
y'all
took
want me
his floppy
to
hat
say.
away.
Yeah, he
Mhm.
roached out. I agree. Absolutely panicked and did not perform at all. Did not perform under pressure. Zach Asmon's take.
Kill them. Nothing PirateSoftware could have possibly done would have changed the outcome of this fight. Not a single thing.
Is he rage baiting? He's rage baiting, right? Yeah, okay. I don't think Asmon...
Not a single thing.
Not gonna lie, this WoW propaganda is making me kind of curious about WoW. Would I be making a mistake to dip my toes and try it? Yes, you would be.
About this in even the slightest amount of way.
Oh, is Yamato in his chat arguing with him? Okay, so this is just like a self-insert. Asmon just wants to... No, Asmon has no clue what's going on here.
Asmon trolling, but he knows is wrong. No, it has nothing to do with who did it. It
Did he
has
ban
to
him?
do with who said what and did what. The person doesn't matter. It's not relevant who the person is.
What? Let me go back. What is he saying?
Sarah Wing. Asmon speaking makes me ill. Stop. Don't write that in my chat.
Somebody who just spammed a CC at a boss that's immune to CC.
The boss isn't what killed him. The boss doesn't matter. The boss is fine. You kill bosses, no problem. Like, you're supposed to kill them. It's the fact that there's a lot of trash. Truth be told, they didn't even need to run. It's just CC all the trash. Yeah, this is rage bait. Okay. No, he's trolling. I don't care. And if he isn't, that's even more pathetic. He's calling Yamato a noob for trying to stun the boss. Well, yeah, Yamato would probably agree. Like, yeah, I didn't know I couldn't stun the boss. My bad. Sure. Probably, yeah, you're right. Cool. Anyways, Pirate could have CC'd all those mobs. Like, that's it.
TLDR, it's not fair to dogpile on Pirate and only blame him for roaching the out. Everybody made big mistakes. The tank made a mistake with the pathing and keeping the pack there instead of pulling it back. The rogue made mistakes with distract. The mage made a mistake of roaching the out. The druid made a mistake of ass pulling. And the only one who played perfect was the priest. He was the Giga Chat of the group. He died. Snoopy played really well, actually, after he ass pulled to try to save everybody. He saved Ozzy. And what else? Yeah, if Pirate thinks he did nothing wrong and he played 100% right, I completely disagree with that. He should have stayed with the group, helped them get out. He did roach super hard. So if his attitude is like, yeah, I did nothing wrong, you guys, I don't agree with that. But I don't also agree with it's only his fault. All right? There it is.
No, that's absolutely true. I agree with that. It's a summary. But yeah, if he's I did nothing wrong. What type of like some I can never fuck up once challenge type of thing? I don't know. That's the correct check. I agree.
You think you played perfectly? No. When have I ever said I felt like I played perfectly? You got the dummy used? Let me look at the clip.
Okay. I mean, he definitely made it seem like he thought he played perfectly, so that's kind of contradicting. No, it's as simple as, guys, I'm sorry, I could have blizzarded, I could have done things, and I think it might... If he says it wouldn't have helped, okay, he's wrong. Again, it's just a matter of accountability. That's all this is. At the end of the day. He abandoned his team. You guys are still leaking clips on this. Grubby as well here? Oh, great.
Pirate, can you kite them with a blizzard? Stay at distance and kite them with a blizzard. Can you help slow the mobs, Pirate? This would be asking to help. This is not asking to help. Why are you running? Bro!
To be fair,
Like, I do get that he might feel that, but you shouldn't say that during, because it's gonna distract Snoopy and Sarah as well.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, there's devil's advocate to be played here, but...
Wait, Grubby is Grubby's take was the most level-headed out of anyone's.
There is devil's advocate to be played. But it was still a complete roach out. Even with Yamato, why are you running? That meme or whatever, but I don't know. Mother was gone. I mean, it's just bad. It's just bad. I don't care.
Yeah, here's the other thing that a lot of people don't understand. Do you want to know one of the reasons why I'm more hesitant to dive in and maybe die for a scenario like that, where I already know that it's very lost? I'm one of the primary guild enchanters.
Whatever.
I have Crusader on this character. I have all of the saved up for the guild. That's the point. If I'm going back in, I'm going back in because I know it's salvageable.
It's not a big
because
deal.
there's maybe a chance, or I'm kill number 3. There is no reason for that shit. None.
He is one of the guild's primary enchanters. However, we have like 10 primary guild enchanters, and one could argue that we have too many still. Nathan, Cobalt, Vey, him. There's more. I named 4, but I know there's more. Chat's gonna have to help me. There's a ton of Fizz. Oh yeah, Fizz.
Chad, do you remember when I was talking about how even if you have a degree in like a STEM field, and even if you are well educated and you have like a good resume and all these other qualifications, if you find yourself frequently getting interviewed but failing to get employed, I would recommend or suggest working on soft skills. Soft skills, basically in this context, being social skills, essentially. And the reason I know this is because when I was in the workforce, in the traditional workforce, I have a business degree, and business degrees are basically entirely soft skills. You, other than like a few financial positions, a few positions in finance, you get jobs either by knowing people or by being very personable and likable in an interview, because there isn't really necessarily a way for them to train you, because business jobs are all fake. I promise you, business jobs are all, you show up and they tell you what you're supposed to do and then you do it, and that's it. There is nothing really technical happening there. Like you could put a monkey on the job and they could do it. So you basically you have to learn how to schmooze. And I think a lot of people, especially people in STEM and especially people in more technical fields where the interview process is actually a little bit more rigorous. Like if you are, for example, a software developer, where the interview isn't just, hey, tell me about yourself, and like you actually have to have your skills tested. There is generally a portion of the interview, to my understanding from friends who have worked in these fields, that is, okay, now tell us about yourself. We know that you can do the job, or we're pretty sure you can do it. You've passed the other sections of the test or the interview process. Now that you're on the final set of interviews, or in some instances, the first interview, this is us testing your social skills. And if you find yourself making it to that last round of interviews, or just even making it to interviews, and you're doing well on like the skill portion, but you're struggling to actually land a job, a big part of it might be that you haven't worked on your social skills. The good news is that social skills and like soft skills are trainable. You can work on them. And the reason why it's so important to have those soft skills is because nobody wants to work with someone like PirateSoftware. Someone who never accepts blame, someone who's always right and everyone around them is wrong, and someone who is incapable, seemingly, of helping their team.
My friend said he got a job because the interviewers wanted to talk with him about basketball during most of his interview.
Yes. Chat, So, it's a moment of vulnerability, so please. I want some love and acceptance here right now. But I got my license, my driver's license, semi-recently because I grew up in New York and nobody drives in New York. A lot of people in New York don't have licenses because you don't need a license. You're taking the train and the bus everywhere. But obviously, since I moved to LA, I needed a license. So I worked hard. I have my license now. And it's pretty common. Oh, yeah. And when I took my driver's test, I was like, I really hope I don't fail. I'm going to be so embarrassed, like taking this test as an adult and failing. I'm going to be so fucking embarrassed. I really hope I don't fail. Please don't let me fail. It's like, it is what it is. If it happens, it happens. But anyways, so I'm driving around and I'm talking to the guy who's like, you know, grading me on my driving. And he's like, oh, what do you do for like fun? Like, what do you do here? I was just started talking about video games. Because I'm like, I'm so busy, like, focused on trying to pass my test. I'm just, like, going to autopilot. So we start talking about video games. We start talking about League. And then we get back to the DMV. And then he looks at the sheet and he's like, I'm going to be honest. I wasn't paying attention because I was invested in the conversation. And he said, to be fair, I would have told you to stop speaking if I felt like I was in danger. I never felt like I was in danger. So, yeah, you pass. Like, he was having such a good time in the car. He didn't feel like he was in danger. And we were just talking about video games for long enough that I just got to ace my test. Because I'm a professional yapper. Bard skills? Precisely. Space 100. Exactly. It's like I was speaking to chat. I was speaking to chat. They literally call them culture fit or team fit interviews at a lot of places, and it's usually with someone who's not in a technical field. Literally a non-technical person you would work with in a day-to-day capacity who's basically giving you a vibe check. I work in STEM. This is 100% true. We call it a team fit check. So if you are someone who is struggling, which is fair, and like the work, to be clear, like the labor force and the job market right now is so dog shit. Like, don't be too hard on yourself. But if you are struggling, if you're capable of getting the interviews, but you're struggling to get the position, take a look inward and see if maybe there's soft skills you can practice. And I would say the best place to practice your soft skills is if you're in a supermarket or you're in a shopping center and there's one of those chatty Cathys that just really wants to talk about their day. Use that as an opportunity to practice. They want to talk to you. They've already asked you 5 questions. Try asking them some questions. Practice on those people because there are like 2 people that work service jobs. They're the people who hate service jobs, who hate talking to other people, who don't want to talk to you. And it's pretty obvious who those people are. And then there are usually people who are older who very clearly the best part of their job is talking to other people. Those people want someone to talk to. They want someone to talk to. So you're not even bothering them. If anything, you're making their day better. And there's a lot of those people like Trader Joe's, for example. So if you are trying, a good place to start, I would say if you're trying to work on soft skills, get to the point where you're really good at small talk. When the next time you're at a grocery store and you see a cashier that really clearly wants to talk, try asking them some questions. Try practicing those soft skills there. Maybe like prep ahead of time. Be like, what should I ask them? Whatever. Right? Maybe like listening in on their earlier conversation with like the customer before you or something. And this is coming from someone who I don't really like small talk, mostly because I'm bad at it. I'm not good at small talk. I hate talking to someone who I don't know what to talk about with them. But also I have bad social anxiety, and the only thing that has ever made it better has been like exposure therapying myself by forcing myself to small talk with other people. So yes, no lie, my mom being a chatty Cathy growing up as an autistic kid with her to practice with is probably the reason I've become so successful in jobs and interviews. Also, people love to talk about themselves, just ask questions about them. Yeah. So like, I'm a barista and listening to people was one of my favorite parts. I'm telling you, there are people who work in customer service who don't want to talk to you. And then there are people who want to talk to you. Go talk to them. You're making their day. You're not bothering them. I promise you. If anything, you not talking to them probably makes them a little sad. So go talk to them. They want to. They're having a good time and you're practicing this useful thing that is beneficial to you. 100% agree with this. I had to force myself to practice this with people at the gym or in public. It does work. Please don't bother people who clearly don't want to talk to you. because there are those people, and it's pretty obvious, I think, if they don't ask you any personal questions, don't talk to them. If they don't ask you about the weather or start trying to start up a conversation, don't talk to them. They clearly don't want to talk to you. But, you know, there are lots of people who want to. I think this totally translates to first dates as well. There's nothing worse than talking to a wet blanket for an hour. Yeah, exactly. All of that was to feed back into this conversation. Wait. What's this? Stop getting stuck.
At the beginning of every conversation, I follow 3 rules to not get stuck in endless small talk. The first is I say more than the minimum. If you ask me a question like where I'm from, what do I like to do, I will give you the answer and add in 1 or 2 additional details. This both gives us more and more interesting things to talk about rather than just sending questions back and forth, and invites the person that I'm talking to share more about themselves. Because most people would be totally fine giving good, detailed answers. They're just afraid that they're going to talk too long. But if you go first and show them that it's totally acceptable to give longer, better answers, they will feel more comfortable doing so. The second rule is I try to have about 10% more energy and ideally positivity than the baseline of the room. Because when you come in just that little bit more energetic, it will rub off on the people that you talk to, and they'll feel better just for having talked to you. Now, this is obviously far from a perfect science, and there is such a thing as too much. But if it feels like about 10% for you, it's probably perfect. And the last rule is I focus both the questions I ask people and the way I answer questions on feelings, experiences, and values. Just like the one before it, this is a light touch. I'm not out here asking people I just met to tell me their deepest fears and insecurities, but I'm absolutely interested in how people got into their line of work or what exactly about their hobbies and passions gets them really excited. And I myself have a few stories and anecdotes ready to go to tell other people about my hobbies and passions and all of that. There are some questions, some areas of conversation that you know you're going to find yourself in a lot. And since you know these questions are coming, you can have decent answers ready to go.
Like, I know this is so 117 autism score coded, but like, I have, like, in my brain, I have a favorite movie. And I have like a favorite band. Or like a few favorite bands, because I just embarrassed myself so many times blanking on the answer that I'm like, I'm not going to let it happen again. I was like, no, this is not happening. Next time someone asks me my favorite movie, I'm just going to say Parasite. Because it is one of my favorite movies. It's also one of those things that, like, you will get better at it over time, just doing it. Over time, you'll just get better. So, like, the next time you're talking to a service worker who clearly wants to have a conversation, who's asking you a bunch of questions and whatever, isn't just saying, like, oh, how's your day? Like, is like, dude, did you see the blah, 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 blah? Do your best. Try and perform to the best of your ability in that conversation. Really try your hardest. But anywho, moving on from all of that. Going back to that conversation and then feeding it into this conversation. There is more to employment and being in a guild, I guess. Oh, you got the great thank you. Hi, Raiders. Hi, welcome, Raiders. We were talking about this OnlyFangs guild drama stuff. Hi, Raiders, welcome. Anyways, going back to this. It is not fun to talk to people like this. And it's not fun to spend time with people who have zero accountability and zero soft skills, and nothing is ever their fault, ever. This this post, I think, was really, really good. It was about this clip where he said, like, whoever pulled the ocular cost us 4 hours, I'm going to kick you. Actually, I pulled the ocular and it was the right thing to do. It was not my fault. It was the tank's fault. This quote tweet is really good. Imagine working with someone like this IRL. This is what we meant in hardcore WoW. Behaviors like this are unwelcome. It's not even about the game. He continues to act mighty and knowledgeable, never takes fault. It's okay to fuck up. Own up to it, man. So I hope this drama, this recent drama chapter help strengthen the point that I made, like, I don't know, a few weeks ago about soft skills and about how dealing with people like this who constantly blame everyone around them, never accept any accountability, never make anyone else feel listened to or heard, it's not pleasant. And if you are successfully getting interviews but you're struggling to get that job offer, you might just need to work on your soft skills a little. And luckily, they're called soft skills and social skills because you can work on them just like any other skills. Did we watch him bullying the other mage? Apparently only he's allowed to talk shit. Yes, we did. Yeah. It's actually okay to admit fault sometimes.
Is can do it. Hydra can do it. I know there's more too. There's like probably 10 really big, 300 enchanting, and all of them have Crusader. The only way I would like accept that as like a holy shit, my life is worth a lot is if you had something like the Lionheart pattern, right? If Noth was playing his mage and was 60, Lionheart Helm pattern, yes, your life is very important. Or if we've been running MC and we've gotten like the actual rare patterns that are actually good and actually rare, like who does it drop off of? Someone drops the 30 spell power pattern. I don't remember who. Oh, here we go. All bosses. So all bosses can drop healing power and spell power. Like these are extremely important. Sharpening stones as well for blacksmiths, also massively important. So those are the only things that are actually rare where I give a f about your profession. I don't care otherwise. I don't. Means nothing. Summit clip. I don't need to see everyone's f***ing opinion.
Not because there's maybe a chance.
Oh my! Tim reacting to the clip I just watched is ridiculous.
There is no reason for that shit. None.
None.
What's?
How can you say there's no... Bro, you can't say that, man. No reason for that. How about a couple 60s? That's a reason.
Whatsoever.
What? Oh, man.
Yeah, it's not worth it to risk that.
What? Bro, then it's not... You understand the other end of that, right?
Oh, he's gonna look at the camera.
That means it's not worth anybody to group with you knowing that that's your thought process. That they are literally risking by grouping with you. What? Yeah. That's what you're saying. Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, no, it's just, okay, stop leaving me clips. I don't care anymore, because it's not going to change my opinion. It's just the weirdest hill I've ever seen someone die on. It really is. Weirdest hill. And everyone's telling you this hill is stupid and you're wrong. And you're just telling, no, I really like this hill. This is my hill and no, you're not safe there. It's a bad hill. Stop. What a dumb situation.
Man. Can you restart the video from the beginning? I've been too distracted by the autism creatures in the bottom right to follow along. I've been staring at the autism creatures the entire time. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm glad somebody else pointed them out because same. Fucking same, dude. Same. Same. The what? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Anyways, yeah, I think the worst part about it is like he's still tweeting. He's still tweeting. Put it down. Pirate Software, put it down. Put the phone down. This was the original. This was the original tweet that he made. For those trying to character assassinate me online for a bad pull in Dire Maul, wow, hardcore, this is hardcore, wow, and it's a lot on the line when you step foot into a dungeon. Here's a light breakdown of the last 24 hours. Our party went the wrong way and overpulled multiple packs with a boss. The shot caller made the call to run, and then went back on that call during the run out. Another pack was pulled as we had opted to skip previously, which is never a good thing. Communication was completely broken throughout this, and it was our second time failing the dungeon. Everyone played poorly, and 2 people ultimately lost their characters. Each person in the group made mistakes, including myself. I've never once said I was perfect in my play, nor that I was a god gamer. I'm just an ex-Blizzard employee that has played Mage for a long time. To pin that on a single person is absurd at best, and if you're calling for death and cancellation over it, you're too invested in this context in a very unhealthy way. If you're a creator engaging in this kind of behavior, then eventually your content wave will end, but the relationships you've sullied will be permanent. Hope it was worth it for you. Oh god, dude. Wait, I gotta wait. Okay, I wasn't gonna do it because initially I thought it was kind of bullying, but now I kind of think it's funny, so I have to do it, okay? Again, initially I thought it might be a little bit too bullying, but now I'm like, I have to do it. I think it'll be funny. And you guys know me, I think funniness beats bullying every time. And anyone is allowed to bully me as long as it's done in a way that's funny. Okay? That's the rule. To those trying to defend me, don't worry about it. This too shall pass. Do not attack anyone else on my behalf. I've always hated that kind of behavior. I have no intention of stopping making things or not doing stuff as I already have been. Those who were banned will stay so. I've never liked that kind of knee-jerk reaction behavior in our community before, and I will not be changing that now. For those that don't understand why they will say banned, we had a 10-hour-long hate raid over it live on Twitch. We had to ban nearly 4,000 accounts across all platforms, and our moderators received death threats regularly throughout it all. People called for me to be killed, both in-game and out-of-game. They tried to get me banned on Twitch, the Guild, and WoW. They tried to make disparaging comments about our ferret rescue, or that we somehow hurt animals. They tried to spread rumors saying I was convicted of felonies, and many other things. The internet hate machine will not defeat me, or the community that supports me. See you in WoW Hardcore tomorrow. And then he got banned from OnlyFans. No, dude, no. Oh, you guys already know my policy, and I say it like once a stream anytime we have these fun little streams. But like, obviously, don't like for your own sanity. Don't waste your time messaging or responding or like commenting or replying to these tweets. Genuinely, it's like not worth your time, and you shouldn't do it. And just be normal. Don't tap the glass. Yeah, we're here to enjoy it in here and have our little fun in here. We don't need to, you know. We don't need to tap the glass. We don't need to tap the glass. And I've never seen any of you guys tap the glass, but I try to say it every time. You know, don't go harass anyone. Don't. Genuinely, it's a waste of your energy and time. Okay. And then he keeps going saying, apparently you have no idea how to read. Hope this helps. No. Anyways, he tweeted a lot of other things as well. It's been a brutal past 4 or 5 days. This was, I think, his tweet about how he didn't like that people were reacting to this stuff. This OnlyFans stuff actually sucks. A lot of weird attack posts and people taking it too far, putting everything in one place and washing my hands of it after this. To start, here's the response about the Dire Maul run. From my perspective, I didn't feel I could save anyone else with the resources I had left, even with mana gem and robe cooldowns. Since the call to run was made, I followed the call and got out as quickly as possible. A quick note, he left before the call was made, and also I trust everyone else who has been playing this game, who's been watching the gameplay. Anyways, in every other instance where shit has hit the fan, the shot caller has called specific targets we locked in and nobody died. If you call run, 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 then everything after that is a shit show. Yamato pinned the entire thing on me, despite everyone making mistakes, and this rapidly spiraled into attacks both on and offline. I know. Listen, I'm going to be honest, though. I will be honest. It is fucked up that, like, on the internet, if you exist and you do anything wrong ever, like, you will get a lot of people bullying you, but, like, the bullying, I understand, and I get that it's going to happen. I don't encourage it. In fact, I tell you guys not to do that. If you really are feeling rage in your body over something so meaningless, please just go utilize that towards, like, calling your congresspeople. Like, and this is technically a political stream, so, like, I do feel an obligation to tell you guys to go bother your public servants instead of some random guy on the internet. Like, what does messaging this guy do? What does replying to this guy's tweets do? What does typing in his chat do? It wastes your time and it wastes his time. At least if you go bother a congressperson, you might actually get something out of it, right? The other thing I wanted to say is that there has been a lot of people that have been criticizing him very lightly that he's not taken well. So, yeah. I will say the death threats, the doxing and stuff, it really sucks that that sort of comes with the territory because it really shouldn't. You should be allowed to be bad at video games and be annoying and not get, like, doxed. I do agree with that. Unfortunately, those people exist on the internet and, like, I have gotten my fair share of harassment, most recently for not liking Sabra hummus, for thinking Sabra hummus was bad. Yes. Yes. So, like, I get it. I feel your pain, man. What I will say, though, is this is pretty funny. PirateSoftware calls out React streamers.
And for all the content creators that were out there trying to cannibalize me to boost their numbers for a little while, that may work for now. But in the future, no one's going to want to do anything with you other than other people that also want to cannibalize you. You're going to surround yourself with assholes. That's going to be on you, bud. That's shitty for you, to be honest with you. And I feel bad for you. Straight up. So have your minute. Have fun.
Oh man, I'm trying so hard. I'm trying so hard, guys. I really want this stream to be civil, and I'm trying so hard to be civil. And I've always tried to make my stream a place where, like, if someone has a genuine criticism, I want them to be able to voice them here if they want to, right? Because I think you have a better shot of, like, changing people's minds in a conversation than just explicitly bullying them. But this is just not it, King. This is not it. This is not it, man. Okay? This is not, man. There is something really funny about, like, the power the internet gives to people who are otherwise total fucking nerds, myself included, to be very clear. Because then you remember that you're just a nerd and everybody else is also just a fucking loser ass nerd, and it doesn't look cool at all. And then you remember, like, we're all just dweebs on the internet, bro. That's why we're on it. And you're, like, sitting here talking like a light, man. Yeah, we'll remember. We will remember this. Like, don't. Stop. Stop. Get some help, man. Stop. My cheeks hurt. Like, just, I'm telling you, dude, it's that, like, not enough, especially white dudes, but just in general, not enough people have had ego death. Like, you need to go do whatever you need to do to have your ego death. To remember that you're a dweeb on the internet in a silly wizard hat who would lose a fight against a squirrel. And stop taking yourself so seriously, because it's not serious. I promise it's not serious. It's not that serious.
Good morning, Denims.
Okay. You will be free when you release yourself from this serious demeanor. I promise you. I did it. I did it. And I became free. Oh, man. Anyways. Oh, fuck. And yeah, he's in a content guild complaining about people reacting to the content. Yeah. Does he not recognize who half the people in the content guild are? Oh no, and someone just sent this. He's speed running. He's speed running. No. Got a buddy for spaghetti today. Her name is Pesto and she has a lot of opinions. Don't get a dog, dude. No, dude. No. No, this is like the worst thing you can do. I know that you're doing it for you, King, but like you can't post about it online. You can't, because it's too many people have done it. And so now it's cringe. He's got to be going to the gym tomorrow, dude. Fuck. Oh, God. Anyways. Oh, fuck. Before we finish up for today, I still wanted to... I wanted to do two things. One, I wanted to talk about... Okay, also, as a quick summary on this, really quickly, as a quick summary... the TLDR, for anyone who doesn't know anything about what just happened or is just hopping in or something like that. TLDR, some shit happened in WoW and some people criticized him, which was fine, but he didn't want to accept any criticism. And I think all of it can be summarized into, if Pirate had just said, my bad, LOL, instead of this long ass tweet, it would have been funnier and people wouldn't be as mad, LOL. And he wouldn't have gotten kicked from the guild. But he didn't do that. And people, people don't like that. What I wanted to talk about before we get any further, really quickly, PirateSoftware's relation to Asmongold into the relation to Elon Musk. PirateSoftware had Asmongold on for a video about Ashes of Creation. This one saying Ashes of Creation talking to Asmongold. And then later commented this and pinned it saying, if you're upset over something political, then you should know by now that I don't allow political soapboxing or statements in our community. This video is about two people that play MMOs talking about an upcoming MMO. If you want it to be more than that, I don't know what to tell you. And as you might imagine, a lot of people called out the behavior, rightfully so, and said, fuck off, you cowardly, amoral arsehole, which is, this guy went in really hard. No politics, please, is an excuse to be pals with someone who expresses bigoted beliefs all the time, calling Palestinians an inferior race and women he finds unattractive hogs. Women and minorities aren't safe in your community. Yeah. You can't bring on one of the biggest political voices on Twitch and biggest on YouTube in terms of like the gamer space. Like, he uploads videos every day titled like, woke is ruining it. They put black people in the game or something like that. And then be like, it's not political. And I think this is a good summary. LOL, we're back to the 2012 stance of bigotry isn't political, but getting mad at it is. And someone talked about H-Bomber Guy's video on Control-Alt-Delete, which I think we might have seen this video, but I don't remember it at all. So maybe we'll watch it tomorrow or something. You can't bring on someone who is that political and then just pretend like it's fine and that there isn't going to be any impact to your community or the people who enter your community, etc. And like, I think this comic also summarizes it. I hate minorities. Look, man, I don't want to bring politics into this. He's just going to talk about video games. You got to respect that. Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah. It's just, you're making, so here's the problem, right? When you introduce viewers to a particular audience or the other way around, one, you're giving Asmongold a larger platform because that's like an untapped market of viewers that might not have ever seen him. So you're expanding harm. And also, two, you're allowing your community to get infected by like Asmongold brain rot. And you're making your space less safe for like your minority audience, which is bad, objectively bad. Like, those people will join, you know, your subreddit. Those people will join in your YouTube comments. Those people will join your chat. Those people will join your Discord. And like a rot, much like mold or fungus, fungi, they will grow and grow and grow until you realize, oh, fuck, this has gotten bad. Dare I bring up iDubbbz again? Like, exactly what iDubbbz described, where it was just jokes, it was fun. He didn't actually believe any of this stuff, and he just kind of thought like, well, it's not real, it's just like internet stuff. Until he realized, no, there's real life implications from like associating with certain people and making certain jokes and being okay with certain jokes. Dare I quote the paradox of tolerance. You can't just be tolerant of everything because you have to be intolerant of some behavior, namely bigoted behavior or people who say bigoted things. So, anywho, this is more important than the WoW drama? Yeah, but people care a lot more about the WoW drama. You're just inventing someone to get mad at.